has indeed attracted a large number of visitors since its opening. Indeed, this year the Ministry of Culture launched the Million Books Initiative. This initiative aims at donating million books to various regions across the country. Also, Cairo International Book Fair aims at or plays a great role in promoting Egypt's leading role in the field of culture, knowledge and learning and creativity, and shed more light on this issue. I'm honored to have here in the studio Mr. Michael Milad, novelist and screenwriter. Thank you so much for joining us on ITV International.
Thanks a lot, Basma. The honor is mine, and I'm glad that I'm received in a very impactful and great building like Spiro.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. And
Thanks
first, I would like to know more from you about the significance of the fair this year in promoting culture and knowledge.
Yeah, the Cairo International Book Fair can be considered as a mecca, a meeting point where new writers can come and receive recognition, and also the experienced and the advanced writers who have a long journey and a lot of productivity can meet the word deserved appreciation and recognition. I think that writing is a tiresome and lonesome process. So it starts from the beginning. You search for an idea of a book, and then how to research a lot to produce a critical mass that covers a word count efficient for a book, and then you go through the editing and the actual writing, and then the editing, and then searching for a publisher. So after this long journey, advanced, I don't want to say old, but advanced and experienced writers and young coming ones need to find that there's a reward and fruition for their efforts and their patience and waiting. And the Cairo International Book Fair, that's what it's all about.
Well, and how do you see the role of the fair this year in promoting and enhancing cultural exchange between countries?
Of course, ceremonies are being held and in circles and partitions and sections of booths in which we can meet new writers and the advanced ones. But what I want to say is that we are here in an industry that depends mainly on the word of mouth as the marketing strategy. So through these circles and the partitions and ceremonies that are being held, we can hear more about a coming writer or a strong idea or a new book. And on the other hand, we can meet the advanced and experienced writers that act as gurus for young coming ones. So it's very impactful that the word of mouth is the main marketing strategy. And in the Cairo International Book Fair, we go there, so we hear and listen more and more about other writers and new books, and henceforth the industry can be fortified.
Also, if you allow me, Mr. Michael, also Minister of Culture Dr. Ahmed Fouad Hano said that the fair this year is the second largest in the world after Frankfurt Fair, which is indeed a source, a source of pride, not only for Egypt or Egyptians, but for all or the entire Arab world.
Yes, exactly. And I can see a correlation here between the Cairo International Book Fair and the Youth Forum, because I've been to Russia and attended the Russian Youth Forum, and then I've been told from guys who are not Egyptian, who went to the American and the Russian Book Forum, that the Egyptian Youth Forum, is the best.
A source of pride indeed for us as Egyptians and for the entire
region.
Arab region.
Yes, and the whole Middle East. It's something very honorable and very makes you proud.
Yes. Also, how do you see the slogan, the theme of the fair this year?
It's very captivating. I have an experience with one of my doctors at the High Cinema Institute. It's called Dr. Atif Bashai, and he passed away this year, and I send my condolences to his family. He said this is and it was an interview maybe like this, maybe also here in Maspiro. He said that the writing process for him starts from receiving a word or a seed or an idea, a line or a story concept something that's very vague and abstract in the beginning, and then he sits down on paper, and I always have this resemblance that it's almost like the person who makes pizza. You take the dough, and then you make all these actions until it widens and it has a critical mass
And
again.
this is exactly the theme of the
Yes.
fair breed in the
In the
beginning was the
word.
word.
Yes. It's a very captivating slogan and word for me. Also, if we think about how the word can carry life or death, single word, and if you can contemplate about how civilizations erupted or collapsed, if we think about Troy, our single word brought it into destruction, and also a single word can bring a relationship into meaning, can bring a relationship between a man and a woman into a romantic relationship and then marriage. That's why it's very impactful, the word.
And also, Mr. Michael, if you allow me, it also reflects the values and essence of both Islam and Christianity.
Exactly.
In reflecting the significance of learning, of
Yes.
reading, and also fostering innovation and creativity.
Of course, we have a very famous poem by Abdurrahman al-Sharqawi, or Sharawi, because we are Arabic people, and it's called The Word.
Yes.
So it talks about how the word can impact a life on an individual level and a corporate level. It builds empires, it brings homes into dysfunctional families. So it's something, it's almost secular, but in the same time it's very spiritual. And it can apply to all doctrines and dogmas and systems of belief. That's why I say it's very universal. Also, the foreign people and the guests who will come to the Cairo International Book Fair, this verse will resonate with them because it's well known in the human heritage through all history, and it came, of course, from the Bible.
Yes, and also what's good this year is that 10 countries are taking part for the first time in this fair, like
Amazing.
Austria, Belgium, Congo,
Wow.
many other
Yeah.
countries.
And they offer their festivities and their traditions and cultures. And when I attended, I found like plays and songs and festivals representing their culture aside of
Cultural
the book.
exchange, you mean, between Egypt
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
these countries?
This is in perpendicular to the book industry and the book selling and restaurants and everything else. There is biology and there is psychology.
Great. Also, Mr. Michael, I would like to know more from you about the significance of this fair in attracting younger generations to read and to learn.
In fact, the industry of the book publishing is thriving here in Egypt, and young writers and young people who want to invade or conquer or enter this industry, if they are not covered by an umbrella of governmental care and security, most probably they will fall a victim for a cunning process or someone who manipulates their dreams and takes from them large amounts of money. I hear frantic amounts of
You
money.
mean it's very important to instill in the younger generations
Yes.
the significance and the sense of awareness in order to
And
avoid such manipulations?
Exactly, but in the same time, we offer for them the protective shield against all immoral and unethical ways to manipulate their art. And I was a young writer myself. Maybe I'm still young, but when you offer a book to a publisher, you think that it's your sanctum sanctorum. You think it's the most precious thing, and it is. But in a capitalistic system, it's not well received in this manner. So under the umbrella of the Cairo International Book Fair and through the 1,000 young pens or new pens, this new initiative.
1 million books.
1 million
initiative.
books, yeah. I think that it's imperative and it's a must that the government cares for these young writers, because Also, we have a writer that who was in the same generation with Naguib Mahfouz, and Naguib Mahfouz himself says that he was more talented than him, but he published 2 novels, and because he faced too many challenges and he got fed up, he traveled to America and stopped writing and started to work a regular job. And the main challenge that faced him was the corruption of the capitalistic people.
But there are many other examples that prove themselves, and they found old care from the state.
I can't see it as this much, because as a writer I adopted this understanding, and I quote it from Amr Salama, the director. From 1,000 idea, you write 50, you talk about 10 with the producer, you produce only 1. At the same filtration process happens with writers, because those who can see the light, I can say that it's almost a miraculous way that you find yourself to the mainstream, or now it's measured in other ways, that how many influences you have, how many impact on social media you have. Yes. So come, I will publish you a book. But
and how do you see the role of social media in promoting and encouraging the youth to go to the fair and to attend such workshops there and panel discussions?
Yes, I see it as a double-edged weapon. First, it's very important to have a web presence. It's almost, if you don't have a web presence or a page or a website, nowadays you're not there. If you're not on the blue page of Facebook, maybe you don't have an actual presence, which is very dangerous, because I know great writers like Muhammad al-Maghzangi. He's a very great and well-known writer. He doesn't talk about his works, and he's not there on Facebook, and maybe he is from the old age or the past generation or something, but he offers very valuable works, but he doesn't have a web presence on social media. He is not there. People doesn't know if he published a book or not. On the other hand, it can waste too much time. It can.
It's a double-edged weapon, yes, but exactly. One must make good use of the advantage of social media.
Also, the Cairo International Book Fair, year by year, launches an application that can guide you through the partitions and the whole
different halls.
Exactly. I guess we can't separate the impact of technology from its hazardous side. In this fair, there's a very great book talking about the impact of artificial intelligence on creativity and productivity in art, because people started give ChatGPT inputs about a character, about a plot, and then he produces to them, or it produces to them, the story. So this is not an artistic creativity. So it's a double-edged weapon. Yes. One must take care, and at the same time, we are foolish enough or stupid enough if we abandon it completely. Yes. We must use it with wisdom.
Yes, great. And by the way, how do you see digital books represented at Cairo International Book Fair?
There are too many fruitful collaborations, without mentioning names, but I see it's fruitful because too many young writers, again, can't find their way into I can say, the real market, or the tangible or the materialistic market, so they can't produce paper book, so they go to electronical publishing. And now we have 3 mega icons who adapt to this direction in publishing. I guess it's important. It leads to fruitful collaborations.
Well, since you are a novelist and screenwriter, how do you see the significance of Cairo International Book Fair in how does it contribute to Egypt's global position in the literary market?
I guess it contributes to make some folklore or Tourists or foreigners, when they come to Egypt, they think that they will find a camel and two pyramids. But when they come and see something this big, or the parade of the mummies that we had 2 years prior, or the Museum of Civilization, these mega projects and this mega events, when other people from other nations come to Egypt and
Soft power, you mean Egypt?
exactly,
Soft power.
exactly. It speaks louder and more stronger than policy can speak, or even military, and it washes all the wrong perceptions about our Arabian people living in the desert with camel and two pyramids.
The impact of soft power indeed is very fruitful, and soft power is very important.
Exactly.
And Egypt indeed entails many great civilization, great history.
Yeah, we are one of the leading countries, but if we had a setback, maybe because of any socio-economical circumstances, now it's time to get back again, and it's happening.
Yes, it's happening.
It's very
nowadays.
encouraging what we see, the big impact and the big scale of the Youth Forum and the Cairo International Book Fair. And it's not just an inflation, it's not just a balloon. No, there are numbers of,
Yes.
of selling and tickets, and it's something very honorable and very successful.
Egypt recently is listed as one of the top 10 African destinations in 2025.
Amazing, wow.
Yes.
So we can expect like raise in economy due to tourism.
tourism.
Even in downtown and other places, I became able to see more blonde people and more tourists. I don't want to say tourists, maybe they are residents and working on architectures or something.
Well, moving to another point, literature and cinema are powerful storytelling mediums.
Yes.
In your opinion, what make the connection so unique and also so enduring?
This is the area of my study. I wrote a novel, and then it was published, and then I decided to enter the High Cinema Institute, the Film Institute in Egypt. In the beginning, I thought that writing a novel is like running on sand, but then writing a script is like running on a treadmill. But I discovered that it was foolish to understand it this way, because they are two separate crafts. Writing a novel is not harder than a script, and the script is not easier than writing a novel. But the storytelling itself, I think of it this way: it's a medium to deliver a story. There's a very great writer called Guillermo Arriaga, who wrote famous films, but we will not say
Yes,
their
not
names.
say names.
Yeah, he said it this way, he put it this way, that I choose writing stories because I have some things, if I wanted to say plainly, maybe I will be killed. So it's a maneuver, or I don't want to say manipulation, but it's a device. Writing story, it's a device to deliver truth by some means.
How does writing for cinema differ from writing for literature, for instance?
In the beginning, I want to elaborate something about art itself. It's an analogy or a resemblance that I carry inside of me. If society was like a pie, and it's a panorama in which you have sectors of education and military and other things, the intertwining section, the very vacant space that contains all of that is art and the spirit of art. That's how I interpret it. Another thing, I feel it this way, that an artist is like a person, especially in a man dominant by men, in a world dominated by men. Men find it like brilliant for them to parade their suit, like the lab coat or the doctor coat. An artist finds it brilliant for them to run naked. And if you can elaborate more again, because maybe I diverse.
Okay, I was asking, okay, moving to another question.
Yeah.
Literature also and cinema or the question,
Yeah.
literature and cinema are powerful storytelling mediums.
Yes.
In your opinion, what makes their connection so unique and also so enduring? The connection between both fields.
Okay, as based on my study, I think of it this way. I trust a director if he came from a place of photography, and I trust a philosopher if he came from a spirit of comedy, and I trust a scenarist if he came from the background of literature. It's not necessary that he wrote a novel himself, but he has the literal point of view. And to me, literal point of view means that he has a critical eye that wants to scrutinize for truth and then deliver it. In this manner, I look to a storytelling technique. It's either good or bad, building or unbuilding, till how extent it can open your eyes, it can teach you something new, it can make you understand yourself. I wrote a non-fiction work. It talks about this issue, in which how can you evolve and transform from a false identity into a true identity, philosophically speaking, but through stories. You can deliver all these meanings, and this is what Naguib Mahfouz did. He graduated from a philosophy major. He didn't graduate from literature major, but he used storytelling to educate people, to tell people more about themselves. Also, there is a director. He's a Swedish director. He's deceased, called Ingmar Bergman. He bought it this way. He said that he went to the church, he went to the school and in his home, and nobody in these places speak the things that you want to hear: how to live, how to love, how to fall in love with a woman. No place offered to him this knowledge. So he decided to write stories to offer people this knowledge that he kept searching for but didn't find.
Well, also moving to talk about more about the Cairo International Book Fair, what measures are in place to ensure that the fair remains accessible to wider visitors, whether students, ordinary people?
I guess there's a collaboration that can happen between the Ministry of Culture and schools, especially not the international schools, the ordinary schools from other regions outside of the capital city, Cairo, and in which it's a mandate that the whole students can come on the expense of on the school and the administration to the book fair, and also they can offer like cheaper books, and it's happening maybe for the first time in this Cairo International Book Fair. That the national organization, Egyptian organization for books and literary products, offer maybe 25 books per 100. Offers like this, discounts like this, and calling to other primary schools from Upper Egypt, and they can come.
The good thing also is that we can see huge turnout and a heavy turnout, and also we can see men, women, young, old, different segments of society, different age brackets. They are all keen to come and attend this great event.
It's like a season of celebration.
Yes.
People who
a mood or atmosphere of festivities.
Exactly.
During the fair.
There was a very popular video shot last year of a husband and a wife. They are both old in age and dancing together to the music, and the young people are clapping and taking footage for them. It was such a
enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah, a very heartwarming scene.
Okay, and how do you see the representation of women in the fair?
In fact, there is a wave from maybe 3 years prior for empowering women, which is very beautiful to me. But female writers still think that they are discriminated against, no matter how much books they publish. I'm talking about a friend of mine, because if she will see the
you
show.
are not generalizing.
No, but 3 or 5 years from now, we can also think of what's happening in the National Training Academy, the great institution that His Excellency Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Opened, and for 5 years it encapsulates all the efforts and powers of women to empower them, to put them in great places and well-renowned places. The same idea happens in
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is always supporting and backing
Yes.
women in the different fields of life.
Yes, and it's happening maybe in the art section. It doesn't come this way because she should be talented, and she is talented. But I see this fair, this current fair, like a rising number for female writers. They have their voice, they have their style in writing, they have their techniques, and not all writing is feminist. Not all writing is going through the Me Too movement and this childish perception of art. No, it's transformative. Also, we have a very renowned, I don't know if I can say his name or not, but let's not say names.
Yes.
She's very talented in writing thriller and mystery and crime fiction. Very captivating writer. Now she has maybe 7 or 9 novels, and the wave is extending. The numbers are rising.
Well, also moving to another point, how do you see the role of modern technology in helping students and even ordinary people in the fair, in this edition fair?
I guess, before going to make technological advancements, we should deal with the mentality and the psychology of the people at first. Now you go to any governmental sector, like the traffic sector, and you want to finish the papers of your car, so you finish paper in 16 windows, and then all of them ask you to offer your money in Visa, and then one of them says no, you must give me in cash, so you go to a very far place, and then
but modern technology indeed facilitates.
It facilitates, yes, but before it can apply its facilitation, we should build, and it's also an initiative with His Excellency Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, building the human being, which is
Yes.
beginning, or Bidaya as the initiative. Exactly. So before building the technicalities, we must build the identity of the human being, a man and a woman, and especially in the working people in the governmental sector, because they stand as representative to what the whole dynamics of the country and the systems of the government represent.
It's away somehow from our topic, but indeed, Bidaya initiative is very significant presidential initiative. Indeed, it aims at lifting burdens on citizens and improving their life. Moving to our topic once again, how do you see the significance of Cairo International Book Fair in promoting the diversity of Arabic literature, since you are a novelist and also a screenwriter?
It's like a hub, a meeting point for the Arabic, and some of them are my friends, and some of them are my teachers. Also, without mentioning names, but they are very renowned and well-received writers from Jordan, from Palestine, from
many Arab countries.
Come, and they are well separated, and we hang out.
And by the way, I'm sorry for interruption. Also, Oman is the guest of honor this year in the fair, and also this reflects the deep relations that bind the two countries, of course, Egypt and Oman.
Exactly. It's like in our DNA that we connect, that we interchange ideas and traditions and cultures, and it's a very building and heartwarming time. We hang out and we go to restaurants with our I don't want to say foreign, our neighbors.
Yes.
They come and we have dinner in a place.
Our brothers and
Yeah,
sisters.
and also this is a merit for the Cairo International Book Fair. They are invited and they are well taken care of in hotels and everything. So
Well, how
they
do
are
you
well
see?
received.
Yes. Also, sir, how do you see the sections this year allocated for children?
I guess it's in the same measure of Bidaya that Mr. President takes care of children and women hand in hand.
Supporting them.
Exactly, visiting them and making celebrations and for them. I guess the Cairo International Book Fair is applying the same protocol and the same strategy and offering gifts like discounts and also the number of the publishing houses that are specializing in writing for young adults and children are increasing remarkably this event as much as I see. Yeah, it's happening. There is a revival or a rising in the number of the publishing. I myself think of writing to children because I'm seeing this impact. Prizes. There are prizes that are made in the Cairo International Book Fair. I had a friend who received a very well received prize from the Cairo International Book Fair for writing a short story compilation for kids. And another, he's my teacher in the High Cinema Institute. He received a prize last year from the Cairo International Book Fair for writing about autism and children. Yeah.
Okay, and also what new features or initiatives is unique about this edition or can visitors expect from Cairo International Book Fair this year, 2025?
The only thing that I see is it's like a negative. It's very far away, but it's well organized and not very.
But there are transportations.
Exactly, I was about to say that. Yes,
go direct,
and free
yes,
and free transportation. There you find everything is neat, and there are ushers and organizers and discounts and parking, and it's happening in a very representable way that suits to fit the image of Egypt in the eyes of the whole world.
Okay, also, do you think that literature and cinema influence each other equally, also as a novelist and a screenwriter? Or one has a greater impact on the other?
I guess literature is a one-man show, and it's written for, but don't quote me on this, for the elite, choosing people who are fond of reading and who can understand things in some complicated way. The script should be should abide more to the laws of the market, and you're not alone when you're writing it. There's a director, there's an actor, there's a producer, and also the novel. I think of it like a product. It's a dead product. It's put on the shelf, but the scenario or the script is like something that's life living and can reach to thousands and even millions. But the book has a very narrow range. That's why we should encourage the Cairo International Book Fair, because it's a very peculiar industry, and I don't say struggling, but if it's not taken care of, it will suffocate. But if you just left it there without throwing a stone in the lake, so it create ripples and make activity around the.
But indeed, the huge efforts, if you allow me, huge efforts are exerted by the Ministry of Culture in order to develop the cultural sector.
Yes.
And as we said at the beginning of the edition, the 1 million books initiative is a very significant initiative, and it aims at distributing these books in the different regions.
Yes, it's happening, and nobody can deny it. Also, there's a new maneuver in which the Ministry of Culture is launching short story contests through academic institutions and schools. This is new, in which if you are offering something that's valuable, they honor you, they give you like a prize. If it's a play, so it can be produced on the theaters that are related to under the cover of Ministry of Culture as well. So it's like a mega revival that is happening, and it's a very it's full of
also
hope.
helps, or it shows the significance of learning, reading, and it fosters creativity and innovation among students.
Yeah, and a state of it's a good competition, a positive
yes.
competition.
Yes.
We like the fish in the same water. We want to move because okay, we want to produce and offer the best that we have. It leads to very fruitful results and products.
Great. Also, as a novelist and screenwriter, I would like to know more from you. How does the fair help poets, novelists, and screenwriters in creativity and innovation?
We have a challenge in the cinema industry that not all scripts can reach to the screen. So in the Cairo International Book Fair, it's a new maneuver as well, that you publish your script as a paper book in which it can be read, also we have a very famous writer who did that. She's British, J.K. Rowling, of course. She published the script of her film as a paper book. Also, there should be I don't know if it's there or not, but there should be like movie marathons and movie screening there. I guess it's there, but I didn't check. Aside to the industry and the selling and the buying of books, there should be invitations to directors who want to check for the new novels in which a novel can be adapted into a film. And another thing, there should be screening for other movies. I think they can adopt this idea, but I don't know if it's there or not.
Okay.
It will be a great idea if they have a portable cinema, and they can screen movies for the audience.
Well, also, how do you see the significance of translation, especially literary works, as ambassador among nations and as a tool
Yes.
to foster creativity between countries?
I think of translation, it's writing, it's a separate writing, an actual writing over the writing process that already happened prior. It's not parrot talking or just copy paste from the old manuscript, but it's reading and digesting the meaning and the tendency of the original writer, and then make it in a separate book. In this dynamics, people connect together, and cultures are being bridged, and we can reach
it
to
also
each
might
other.
help in correcting misconceptions.
Exactly, and erase wrong images that's been precipitated through ages with no empirical evidence. Like if it's known outside of Egypt that women are persecuted, if a person read a novel, it's a very great novel, but I won't say its name, and now it's been translated almost 2 months ago into many languages. He or she or whoever we will read will understand that no, it's not happening by the same intensity or stupidity or stereotyping that people tended to bypass to each other.
Yes, to correct this misconception.
Exactly, and we can think of the other person as the Western person or other person from other cultures. In the same way, we can understand them more. We can know more about their beliefs, because
Yes,
yeah.
it's indeed a bridge among countries.
Exactly, ambassador, as you say.
Well, Mr. Michael Milad, novelist and screenwriter, I would like to thank you so much for coming today on Windows 9 TV International. Thank you so much for your insight.
The honor is mine.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And dear viewers, by that we come to the end of this edition of Windows. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more on 9 TV International.